The next commandment is do not commit adultery. And Anastasia said the following: this is about thought control. It goes against every fiber of what it means to be human. You're right. Again, we agree. But it's because we see things in a different perspective. We don't, Christians don't see the be all end all as being human. As a matter of fact, it's actually a detriment to you because we are flawed and sinful. We need to fight against our flesh every day, every single day. What is the alternative? Lusting after someone to the point that you then become so consumed that you act on it? And in this case, possibly destroy at least one, if not more, marriages in the process? So, I think it's actually a very good point. Stop yourself while you can. Don't get yourself to the point where you're, locking the door behind you at the hotel room. Stop it right there in its tracks. It's actually a very good lesson for us to learn. And it also acknowledges that we're not perfect and that we can never be perfect. And then you said there's no one statement that can be perfect for every situation in regards to this adultery. And I'm not really sure what you mean. Are you saying that there's a good reason for adultery at some point? Because I don't see that. Blue Fire Witch talked about do not murder in another video. She's been prolific. And I thank you for all the responses, video responses. I think this is video response number 4. So I will be going back to answer those, but so I will not be doing the do not murder part in this video. On to the next. Don't steal. And Anastasia at this point talked about the idea of the movie Robin Hood, where Robin Hood, that the king was off fighting in the Crusades, killing innocent people, and the brother was taking over for him. He was overtaxing the people. He was also trying to get with Maid Marian and forcing himself on her. And so the good Christian Robin Hood is supposed to be stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. Now, would that be considered wrong? Yeah. Sorry, Robin Hood. Robin Hood isn't the be-all end-all of moral virtue. Yes, Robin Hood would be wrong to steal, just as the brother who was in place of the king would be wrong for overtaxing the people, just as the king would be wrong if he was pillaging the land and killing innocent people in the name of God. So no one is right in this situation. You win. You're right. Robin Hood is not right. Don't hold him up to any moral virtue. Next one is bearing false witness. Now, Anastasia at this point talks about what happens though if your next door neighbor, who's your friend, comes running over and says there's a serial killer who's coming to kill me. I need to hide in your closet. And the serial killer comes to your door. Are you supposed to lie for her? Are you supposed to bear false witness? Well, that's actually a little bit of a different, that's about lying, I think, more than bearing false witness. It's about testifying in court. It's about trying to uphold the process of judicial justice. But I have a few common sense things to say. May I suggest that if a serial killer is coming looking for your neighbor, that you don't answer the door. Actually, call the police, hide in the closet with your neighbor until the authorities arrive. Because answering the door probably won't be good for you either. And in that way, you don't have to lie or bear false witness. Just a thought. Of course, the last one is coveting. And Anastasia said, well, then there can't be any Christian, what's it called? Christian capitalism. Because the whole idea is trying to get people to want to buy things. So I just want to talk about coveting a little bit. Merriam-Webster defines it this way: to desire what belongs to another inordinately or culpably. So coveting is not, hey, that's kind of cool. I kind of like what you have. Maybe I'll get one day. Maybe I'll save up for it one day. That's not coveting. Coveting is, he doesn't deserve that as much as I do. That should be mine. That's coveting. It has to do with having a resentful attitude towards someone who has something you don't have. And again, holding up the virtues of this world society when it comes to capitalism, you're right, that's not the be all end all either. Jesus wasn't about world systems. Jesus wasn't even about religion. Jesus was about a personal relationship with God. And the more you read about him, the more you see that. So thank you so much for going through these. And I'll start answering your other videos. Thanks for listening.